All right, take a minute to watch this video. I'm sure you'll find it fairly disturbing, as did I. Okay, when I first watched this, of course, my first thought is this is awful. I mean, what is this woman doing to her poor child? Is this child abuse? And then, the next thought was, honestly, when we look at it in comparison to what many people will feed their kids, donuts plus presumably some sort of applesauce. I assume this is what this is. And you compare it to, say, sugary cereal, even better, maybe with oat milk and a glass of juice. It's almost the same thing. And a lot of people would think the second is way better than the first, right? So the point is, most people are feeding their kids crap for cereal. Now, the fact that this woman is also what appears to be morbidly obese is obviously, people are going to sort of criticize her for that, and that she's passing that on. And we hear this obesity is genetic. Well, bad habits are probably what's going on in many cases here. And the other thing is, the reality of this is this person is probably just doing this for clicks and views. And this is what social media has somewhat devolved into. People doing stupid, obviously unhealthy stuff for views and likes so they can make an extra buck. And I mean, this is probably something. Does she actually feed her kid this horrible, horrendous breakfast? Perhaps she does. I mean, this is probably the reality for many kids growing up, particularly in impoverished homes where cheap, crappy carbohydrates are what's available to us. And that is a failing, really, of the U.S. food system. And I mean, when you think about how much money we spend on healthcare, $4.3 trillion a year, and some of the other outrageous things we spend money on with really little return in value for most of us, what could we do if we actually funnel that into good nutrition and basically, well, one, get the message out there. I mean, this sort of lesson that animal fat is bad for us, animal products which contain, very incredibly bioavailable healthy protein is now bad for us. So what is somebody left to decide? Well, my kid doesn't want to eat fucking broccoli for breakfast, right? Or whatever, so what am I going to do? I'm going to feed them this other stuff that they might actually be willing to eat. Remember, human beings particularly kids, will eat things that they actually like. Most little kids, if you give them a little bit of steak to munch, and they go crazy, but we're being told that's bad. Most little kids are not going to eat broccoli and cauliflower and carrots and things like that in general, right? Maybe carrots are maybe sweet enough where they might consume some of that, but what they mostly will eat is sweet things, and often because our food system is dominated by food scientists who have now developed hyper palatable, hyper sweet, bliss point foods that people get addicted to. This is what ends up happening. And I think obviously it's a shame, it's you wonder, regardless, even if this kid is not being fed that, what are they actually being fed? And if they are being fed that, that's obviously a shame, and the kid will probably grow up disadvantaged. I mean, you think about it. Today, if all you do as a parent is feed your kids nutritious, non-ultra-processed garbage, your kids are already head and shoulders above their peers. I mean, it's as simple as that these days. Just feed your kids a normal diet, a healthy, normal diet without all the garbage. And when I shouldn't say normal diet, well, I should. I think all the hyper-processed garbage is that is an eating disorder. It really is. The average American's diet is an eating disorder. We are not supposed to be eating this way. All right, guys, let me know what you think in the comments. Hope you guys are having a great day. It's day 18 of World Carnivore Month. I need to throw a couple steaks in the sous vide and get ready for the day. We'll talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.